Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Sanya and I talk about spirituality, mind mastery, past life regression, and a lot of things related to meditation. But today, this video is about my personal experience of how I went through the dark night of the soul to spiritual awakening and what is it that I'm going through right now. Before that, I think I was just living my life and I was just a product of my surroundings. But only after going through that phase, which was dark night of the soul, where I hit the depression phase, and then suddenly I surrendered, and after surrendering I went into this beautiful blissful phase. I was totally confused, so I'm going to talk about that. So first thing that happened with me was I could see that very small signs started to show up in my body. Specifically, digestion issues were there, a lot of food problems started to occur. I was becoming more allergic to things. So that was one thing which was like the initial signs, but then I didn't notice them fully. I also got my ultrasound and all those things done, but nothing kind of showed any major issue. That was the first very feeble signs that I saw, but now I can relate it to the spiritual awakening phase. At that time I was thinking that it was completely normal, but it never happened to me before. Post that, I continued in my life. This was happening parallelly, and I was also consuming dark psychology because that was something which was of my interest, and I've been working and studying about it for almost 10 years in my life. So I kept continuing there, but one fine day the whole study of dark psychology, it hit me pretty badly because I was consuming a lot of negative content. It was mostly about how disorders are created, how people with the disorders can damage families, and what do the other person also go through. So all those things were kind of consuming me at the same time without me even realizing it, and it hit me bad. I went through almost 1 week of depression where I tried to consult psychiatrist. So I took a medicine, but it kind of made my condition even worse. So I stopped consuming it. It just happened once. And then I realized it's something else that I need to do in my life. It's not about taking pills. Then one fine day, I just woke up and I somehow decided that I don't no longer want to do what I've been doing until now. And I just kind of asked for help from God. I have always been a believer, but before that incident, I believed more in working myself than leaving things to God. But on that day, I somehow thought that no, I cannot take this anymore, and it's time for me to ask for His help. And that was coming very naturally to me. No one told me what to do. I didn't discuss anything with anybody, and I just surrendered to God. You just take care of me. And somehow, as if someone has lifted a veil from me, and I became blissed out. And I was like, what? I was so depressed just 1 day ago, and I'm so blissed out today. This was like a magic, and I could not understand why was this thing happening, and I was quite happy, and I've never experienced that kind of a bliss within me. I have been meditating before that for more than 2 years, but it was like kind of on and off, and the like very slight hints of bliss I have experienced, but I just did not know if those are to be pursued or not. But anyway, it was very difficult for me to actually meditate earlier. After this phase, when I hit dark night of the soul, I surrendered, then sudden bliss came. I became extremely curious as to why did I go through what I go through, first of all, then what is happening now, and what changed all of a sudden, and how can I sustain this, because this is such a magical feeling and I want it forever in my life. And it felt like I just know things. It felt like I can just spread love and kindness. It felt very beautiful, honestly. And then I stumbled upon this book, which is Power of Now. That book eventually told me about the power of now, as the name suggests, and I realized that I'm becoming somehow more present, and I can notice the leaves, I can notice the dewdrops, I can notice the rain, and I can notice every expression on every person's face more than ever, and I am just not impacted by anything. It just felt like I am just a body of bliss and I'm not affected by anything. That was the kind of experience I was going through. At the same time, I was very curious. So I kept studying, I kept reading, and then I suddenly stumbled upon this book, which is Power of Unwavering Focus by Pani. It was kind of handed over to me. So post the surrender phase, the bliss phase, synchronicity started to happen. So synchronicities, I would say that it's kind of still unfolding right now. I'm still trying to understand it, but now I think I'm kind of able to grasp the concept. Synchronicity is something that meaningful coincidences are happening in your life. Maybe you're looking for an answer in the universe and the universe is offering it to you. Just take it and go. And I just read those few things and the book, and it just made so much sense to me. It was like, how and why? And again, I was pretty much in doubt, and I was also consuming psychology at the same time. So I realized that psychology is not something that is going to help me here. It's spirituality which is going to help me. So I started this study of spiritual books, and then I realized that I need to really get into this field now because it makes so much sense. And now things are falling in place and I'm able to understand what the scriptures are talking about. It's about the experience that I am going through. It's about knowing your true self, that you are just a ball of bliss. That's it. You're like a part of the divine bliss. You're just a tiny part of it. And when you experience it, only then you can actually talk about it or maybe understand it. And if you're somebody who's not experienced it, then it will be difficult for you to grasp this concept. So that is why a lot of people say that when you experience the truth, only then you can understand it. So that phase continued for almost more than a year for me, and I kept studying, I kept reading, I kept meditating more. I changed my whole lifestyle. I started waking up early. I remember I used to get up at 5 in the morning, then I used to take a shower, and then I used to straight sit for meditation. And I just don't know how I got that much of strength in my life. I've never been this disciplined when it comes to waking up in the morning. It felt like someone is just helping me all this while going through these things. And one fine day, then I realized, okay, I think I'm now grasping a lot of things, and that's why I started this channel as a service to other people, that if somebody else is also going through these kind of situations, they can also understand that this is how these things fall into place. And the phase that I was going through was spiritual awakening, which took me some time to understand. And now again, I won't say that I've reached to my highest point, but yes, now I can understand where I am and where I'm going from here. It's more about me meditating, taking care of my body, taking care of my soul, taking care of even my energy body, which we'll talk about later. And life is like unfolding itself, things are aligning. I quit my job post that because it was not making sense to me anymore, honestly. I was trying really hard. I've given my 10 years to IT sector and I was earning pretty well, but I was quite happy with everything. But somehow this change within me, it created a bigger desire, and that desire is something to spread this knowledge across the world. And this is what I'm doing through this channel, through my courses. And then I finally stumbled upon one course which made total sense to me, which is past life regression, and I think I'm very much aligned to it. So I finally got certified in it. So this is what is unfolding for me. If you're somebody who's going through the difficult phase of your life, it is possible that you're going through dark night of the soul. I've created one video which I'll link down below, and life is good. If you're somebody who's looking forward to having an experience like that, I'm not sure how to induce it, honestly. It's more about divine timing, it's about grace, it's about surrendering to God every time. And for me, surrender has become the way of life. Now I do not push myself into doing things which do not align with me. And if I feel that there is a resistance in me, I give in to that resistance for some reason, because I feel maybe my energy is not aligning and I need to work on my energy body first. So for me now, it's about creating content from my heart, from my soul, and not from my mind and from my body. That has changed and it has made my life very effortless. I hope this video resonated with you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.